Lieutenant, would you lead us in the pledge?
What?
please?
Did he
What's
say?
that, Carter? Lieutenant
I
Carter.
said lieutenant. I
I
said lieutenant.
heard Woodward.
He said, would
No, I said
you?
lieutenant. Would you? Lieutenant, would you? Sorry.
Lieutenant Dan.
All right, Lieutenant, please lead us in. How's that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for the confusion there. That was good though.
Oh, dear God.
All right, minutes?
I make a motion to approve the non-public and public minutes the non-public and public minutes of July 17th and July 30th, 2025. As written.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion by Sean, second by Scott. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, passes 4-0-0. Consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda based on accounts payable, consisting of accounts payable payment manifest dated 8/7/25, accounts payable special payment manifest dated 8/7/25, accounts payable ACH manifest dated 8/7/25, denial of abatement application for map lot 103-010, intent to excavate number 25-059-02E for map lot 208-003. Updated exemption review approvals for map lot 220017, veterans and standard disabled in the amount of $24.50. Map lot 212017, veterans, oh, that's listed twice.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, different map lot. Map lot 212017, veterans, standard and disabled in the amount of $2,450. And map lot 110017, veterans, standard in the amount of $750.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Sean, second by Scott. Any discussion on any items? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, passes 4-0-0. Police Department. Lieutenant, the hot seat. Lieutenant Carter, the hot seat.
Come on down.
I knew you enjoyed that one. In your folders under number 5, there are 3 POs. The 4th one is missing, so if you didn't want to act on that, but we can talk about that. It's for outfitting, whichever vehicle you choose. But if you want to start with 4294, that is McGovern, and I will let Chris Carter explain.
So what is, we use McGovern, we've used them since COVID. The reason for it is they get vehicles in and they sit on their lot, they purchase them beforehand so we can get them quicker. They also go off of the Massachusetts bid, which sometimes we've seen is basically a better price than what is here in New Hampshire because they deal with a lot more volume. From what we've seen. The cruisers, like I said, we're in stock. We don't have to wait for delivery, which sometimes can be up to a year. Let me see, that's really what it comes to that. The reason that we're asking for the truck is right now we have to, in order to, say we have something heavy, which the pursuit vehicles won't pull, we have to go borrow highways vehicle or have the guys use their individual trucks. Also the same thing, if we have to transport something, so we have special events and stuff like that that happen, we have to go buy our highways truck to do cones, barricades, all of that. If we had our own pickup, we would have the ability to use that pickup to transport that stuff around. Another thing is this year is the K9 vehicles up to go away, so this would actually become his permanent cruiser. And the reason that's beneficial to him is the the undercarriage distance is greater with the truck than it is with the SUV, which means he can get into, with us having the bloodhounds, we're getting into areas where instead of having to start a half mile out from where the thing is, he can actually drive right up to the scene if it's on a class 6 road or a big back road or something of that nature where he can't get there with one of these, which has happened in the past. like I said, a truck wouldn't be a permanent patrol vehicle, meaning it wouldn't be, I don't believe, it would be good for like everybody to use, but when it's assigned to one person, especially a canine handler, I think it's great where it can be used there and actually make a difference with what he needs to do. And then also for the events. It'll still be black and white.
He'd use it when he's on patrol though?
Correct. He would use it when he's on patrol with it right now. So we have the current cage that we have in there
Right.
is a 3/4 cage. So with this one, you could either make another cage, we could revamp the back, gives him more carry for gear, gives him stuff that he can use to carry objects and plus all the gear that he has. Right now, once he puts the stuff in the back, the dog's kind of squeezed, which, you saw Mabel, she's a bigger dog than the normal canines. So she really needs a full rear area. Which with this, it'll just give him more room to carry his stuff securely and also for us to put stuff in it when we need to for travel, if that makes sense. Let me see. I got that. It'll still be a black and white.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
It'll still be a black and white. It'll still have exterior markings and lighting. So it's not going to be an unmarked or anything of that nature.
Will the bed have,
Cover.
or storage, secure storage that pulls out and that?
Yes, that's what we're going to be looking for.
Outfit?
Yep, they have the tonneau cover style that can lift up, but also we're looking at those rollouts.
Deck or whatever.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Good.
So I guess there's a couple things, Chris. One of them is you said it wouldn't be used as a patrol vehicle, but you were thinking it sticks with Maple, right? So then technically it will be. So at the end of the day, you're trying to buy something a little on the earlier side because of the way we're able to get from a discount perspective. So we'll have an overlap for a period of time, but then we're gonna be basically at the same vehicle count we're at now in what, a year?
So that's what I was going to explain next, is
Okay.
Car 3, which is our detail vehicle.
Yeah.
It went to New Hampton Auto, they checked it, and we have pictures of it, and the frame is disintegrated. So that technically should not even, we cannot use that as a pursuit vehicle, we cannot use it as even a vehicle that we drive around and patrol with. So what happens is it goes out, sits on the side of the road, lights flashing, that's it, goes back. And the reason for that is we ran into where we are basically come in with Detective Schaffner. So Detective Schaffner works the same type of thing that I do. He's been in there where he has had no car. So a call happens, he's sitting there going, what am I doing? That's because the guy's on a detail, stuff of that nature. So there's no vehicle for him. So getting off the part that you said for 1 year, we're gonna have an overlap, but as soon as we get this new car, the current canine vehicle is gonna move into be the detail vehicle.
Okay.
The pickup will become Mabel's ride, along with Mabel's
And then
driver.
Vehicle 3 goes away.
And vehicle three is gone.
So it's actually, so there's no real overlap.
No.
So then we're gonna basically, okay.
Correct.
And then from, this is, I guess, goes to the capital line, Christina, right? Like there's money in the fund,
Capital reserves,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
right? So there's already money there to cover all this.
It won't just be capital reserve, though. I think that they mainly, from the revolving fund.
Revolving, no. All right,
There's-
sorry to help.
Detail revolving.
Detail
Yeah,
revolving.
what was, I can't remember what did the warrant article this year?
Just trying to figure out where it's getting.
Yeah, we put more of it.
50 or 60.
back.
We bumped it up, but I don't know.
I'm not remembering, I don't have any.
Sorry, hang
Is
on.
town
I'll get it
report
for you.
on-
So we ended the year with only like 13 grand in
Yeah.
it, but we did bump it up.
I mean, I guess, do we know, so this is basically 50 grand, like 49 and change, right?
Plus.
Plus
Just
outfitting.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what
Well,
I'm saying,
about
so
the-
like, do we have a full estimate for what we think is gonna be to outfit the whole
There
thing?
we go.
Upfit is 21.5. I
Yeah.
believe that's what it was. It ends up coming right at just over
About
$70,000.
$70,000?
Yep.
Okay.
And what was our last vehicle with upfit?
It was, when we outfitted the last one, it was 14,000.
Yeah, it was so the PPV, well, that one was less, but we also went with less lighting inside of it because we didn't have enough money for the car because the account hasn't been increased over the years. In the detail account, there wasn't enough money for it. So we actually decreased the amount of gear in that car and kind of hodgepodged it together to make it work. And so with this,
I guess the question I'm asking is, how much more do we look at? What was the Interceptor? The Interceptor was about 2,800 less, 27. 2,700
Yeah,
less.
yeah,
Yep.
But with upfit, how close is it?
It's with, so, let me see, it's 20,000 to, let me get you exact numbers, so it's, for the PPV, it's 46,882 for the vehicle itself, and then the upfit is 20,930.
So the only real problem I have is the Interceptors, they had special alternators and other things because they were designed for police vehicles and that, right?
Correct.
150 isn't necessarily set up that way.
Oh, so-
they're gonna, right?
I should have explained this. So this is, it's the only Ford pickup that, or the only pickup that's made right now that is pursuit rated. So it is rated for police.
There you go. Get
That's it. The F-150 is rated across the board for police. However, when we say we wouldn't use it for patrol, and the reason for that is how stuff mounts inside of it.
Yeah.
It's not a great patrol vehicle. However, it's great for a canine handler to do what they need
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, yeah.
Other states do it on a regular basis.
Okay.
With, our warrant article was 70,000, so we put 70,000 into the reserve, but I'm just gonna go check it right now, because
Okay.
I don't know if the whole outfit was taken.
And then,
I guess speaking for me, at the end of the day, all this makes perfect sense,
Mm-hmm.
especially given car 3 scenario with the frame problem, right? I just don't wanna see us increase the number of vehicles overall, right? Like, at the end of the day, I think there's, like, when you talk about the towing challenges, there's probably a bunch of different ways to solve for that. However, given Mabel, car 3, like, you know, and the fact that the 150 is rated in the same manner, then that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and it's
So,
not a lot.
2 years ago,
No.
we were supposed to get 2 vehicles
Yeah,
and replace, and we didn't. We only replaced 1 of them.
right.
So next year, we're gonna be looking to replace 2, and the reason for that is this. We've been doing a lot more work, I'm trying to figure out what it is, that you wouldn't want a marked car or even a less marked car like mine is. And we would like to get next year a vehicle that is, you know, that we can use for these type of operations, I guess you could say, and then a marked vehicle. And then what'll happen is that that vehicle that is not marked will be the detective's car. And that will go to Eli. The reason is sometimes we both get called in, and like I said, he's arrived there and there's been no vehicles for him. And then it's like, hey, who's got Eli? And then we had to go back and pick Eli up.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, between what we put in and what's in there, you know, there's money to cover it. It's negligibly more money.
Yeah.
You know, more
Yeah.
money. I can see the utility, I see other municipalities, I can certainly see the utility, I think it makes sense on the Mabel side. You know, if we were talking about a $10,000 difference, I might have a little heartburn about it, but otherwise, I don't at all.
Yeah, if it was gonna go ridiculous over the 7 grand
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
figured on, but you came in budget.
So, yeah, it makes sense to me. I guess the only other thing I would say is as you talk about next year, that if we're expanding, I probably have a lot more questions
Mhm.
around the differences
Right.
between
Yes.
us and other communities and just, this is not an expansion, this makes, and to
Perfect.
Sean's point, it's really like a couple grand difference.
Yeah.
So we're, yeah.
Good.
Can I just add too, I think what threw us off as far as vehicles as well is that the former chief's car was totaled one year and we had to replace that.
Yes.
Earlier than we anticipated, so I think that's where the 2 in
Yes.
1 year came from.
Do we do any kind of, do we do like a fluid film or New Hampshire oil coating on the
No,
cars?
from what, the research that we've looked into is the vehicles aren't kept long enough for that to actually make a benefit for it.
Except that we have one with a rotten frame.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. So another issue is we don't use undercarriage washing. So the car just gets driven. So we're looking at talking to the car wash
Yeah.
or buying one of those. It's a little cart that you hook up to the hose and you can run it under your
Yeah,
car,
right, yeah.
so it can clean it off. And then you can also put the what's it called? There's a chemical you can put there that gets rid of salt that I've used on like old cars and stuff like that. We may start looking into stuff like that to try to make that last longer.
Yeah.
With the under film, we touch so much stuff. Tried it once with one of the things, and you end up with it on your uniform.
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're buying a new pair of $100 pants.
Yeah.
So, but we can definitely look more into it. But what we've seen is it really hasn't been helpful over that long period of time. You haven't got your money back on it.
Yeah. All right,
So we put 70,000 in, it's gonna be 70,630 with the upfitting, but there's some money left over.
We had 13 in, so
Yeah,
there's enough
yeah.
to cover it.
So I think there should be plenty in the capital reserve, so.
Right. And we're agents to expend that fund, so.
Correct,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So one of the purchase orders wasn't in your packets, but I gave them both to Scott. If you're ready, when you're ready to do the approval, if you just want to approve it for me to sign,
Yeah.
then I can get it, the numbers put on it that need to be on it. so.
Did you have anything to weigh in on, or? Okay.
I'm good with it. I mean, I see enough of these F-150s around. A lot of communities are purchasing them now.
Yeah,
From logistics, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's only one vehicle. It's not like we're looking to do this every year. Like you
Correct.
said, so. Right. Make a motion to approve purchase order 4294 to purchase a 2025 Ford F-150 from McGovern Municipal in the amount of $49,540.20, and to authorize the town administrator to sign off on it. A second.
all right. Motion by Scott, second by John. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes 400.
Make a motion to approve purchase order 4296 to retrofit or police outfit the F-150 from Global Public Safety in the amount of $21,090, and to allow the town administrator to sign off on it. Second.
Okay. Motion by Scott, second by John. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes 400.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Sorry. Your next one to look at, this was just over the threshold for what I could approve, so we brought it to you.
Okay.
So it's purchase order 4227, and this is the second part of the rifles, second part of the warrant article for the weapons. So it's on rifles this time, so.
So with this one, we were looking at pistols and rifles, and we ended up, we had one pistol we were looking at, and then due to some stuff, we decided to change. We went a different way with it. And with the pistol that we went with, it was able to get it cheaper than what we were initially expecting. And they came out with one that has, with the pistol and the optic and everything right with it, holsters, all that, we were able to get it cheaper than what was expected. So instead of getting 2 rifles, we were able to get 4 rifles. These rifles, do you guys need to know like cotton make and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Okay, so, so the ones that we went with are the Sons of Liberty.
What?
Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
So they, with that, they've got, let me see, basically they're all, it's not a standard issue rifle, pre-built, it's actually built by Belmont Firearms and Range.
Mhm.
They built it specific for us. This is the same rifles that we had built for the SOU, 2 SOU members that we put on the team. So these will give our patrolmen basically rifles that they need that they can actually take with them and train with. So right now we have rifles in the vehicle that stay in the vehicles. They're all Vietnam era rifles.
yeah.
Some A1s that have been taken apart and made, so we have, sometimes we'll go out there and fire, we'll have failures, we'll have other stuff. So we're basically taking a, what would that be, a 50-year-old, 30 to 50-year-old rifle, and we're getting new ones that are actually, so the guys can basically outfit it to them, put the stock the way that it's supposed to be, get their sights set up so it works great for them, but also they can take it out and train with the rifle and their pistol just the way they do with their pistols currently.
Are they
Because
set up with optics?
they're set up with optics, and 3 of which will have suppressors, and we'll get a suppressor for the 4th one. The reason for that is you fire a rifle from within a vehicle, you're going to be deaf for a long time, and that will be more claims through Primex and stuff like that. With a suppressor, you're not going to have that, should not have that issue. With these right here, they're, let me see, 10.5-inch barrels. Hollow Sun optics is what we're using, and then they've got some a new Streamlight that's
So
quite
they're SBR as well?
correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So we, same thing as, like I said, same thing as the ones that we're using for our SWAT team members.
Yeah.
With it, it's 10,524. You see.
I can tell you what you spent. So you spent we already did the purchase order for 14 handguns for $14,472.11.
And these right here are perfect for patrol. They're easy for in and out of the vehicle. They can secure in the same current racks that we currently use. The new vehicle, we're going to change some of our styling where we put the rifles. But this gives everybody what they need. It comes with slings, basically everything they'll need for it. They can detach the suppressor and use it that, which was extremely loud. But they say after you're shooting it, it gets extremely hot. You can take it off, put it to cool, and still put your rifle in the bag without burning anything. That's it. It's mainly to let our guy, basically it brings us up to where we should be instead of 50-year-old technology. And also if you're out there on patrol, you know that your rifle is actually going to do what you need it to do, instead of you get in the car and go, well, if I grab this thing, I hope it works, right? I hope it wasn't banged and now the optic's off and stuff of that nature. This right here, guys can train with it and it makes it safer for everybody.
So we had the warrant article is
I'm worried about where it's coming from.
the warrant article is $25,000. So technically it's the general fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was appropriated.
We don't have
so
to
we can-
move it anywhere. It was appropriated.
Okay.
Got a question. So how many total rifles do we have? Will this make in inventory? You said there was 2 prior. And
So
then-
there's 2 that are, so 2 guys that are on patrol are part of the SOU, the team that we do with
Yeah.
Franklin. So they have 2 rifles there.
Okay.
We're getting 4 more, 3 of which will have suppressors,
Yeah.
and then 1 will not. So these will be patrol, and then the one that's not will be the detective rifle, so we'll go to Eli. And then we're going to keep, I forget what they're called, but it's the government issue ones. We'll keep 4 of those, and that will be for the command units, for us to use. So that way, but it'll give everybody in the department a rifle. And then what we'll do is we'll take the 4 best of what we currently have. We'll send the rest back to the government because it's a heartache going through this whole system. And then everybody will have a rifle.
Cool.
Ours will just be 50 years old.
Right. Do we ever use shotguns? Do we have?
We have shotguns
have
also.
some?
We do. We have a shotgun per vehicle. I think we are 2 shotguns short for everybody to have their own shotgun, but you don't need that. It's a
Right.
bird sight.
Yeah.
We've looked into, which we may do in the future, we may not, less lethal for the shotguns. So, because those work very well.
Beanbags or whatever.
Yeah, so with it, there's a new one that's, because beanbags can be lethal at short range,
sure,
so
yeah.
less lethal. But there's a new one that even at muzzle distance, it won't kill you.
Wow.
So we're looking at those options. I'm not saying we're going to go there, but
Yeah.
that's options we might have. But we do have a shotgun per vehicle. Like I have an issued shotgun and an issued rifle.
Yeah, I mean, Don, the only reason I asked the question about where it was coming from is I know we're gonna have to do another TAN based on all of the payments that we're making now. So
Yeah.
then we're basically gonna, because of the timing, this is gonna be included in the money that we have to borrow. So this,
Right.
this is why I just asked
Yep.
about the timing. That's all.
It may not be a good thing buying now, but
So when we made this purchase, we let Belmont Firearms know, hey, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And the guy actually built the first 2 and then knew we were going to be going, like this. And we called him the other day. We're like, hey, we should be able to go. He's like, well, we've got the rifles waiting right now. So as soon as this is signed, they're going to send us the rifles and then
Nice.
we'll make the payment.
Awesome.
All right, make a motion to approve purchase order 4227, payment made to Belmont Firearms and Range for the purchase of 4 Sons of Liberty rifles totaling $10,524, and to authorize the town administrators to sign it.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by John. Further discussion?
Mr. Chair, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Two questions, actually. How's the vendor chosen?
Oh, so the vendor was chosen based on the rifles that we were looking for, and we made it.
Belmont.
Correct. Yep. And we basically looked around for who we could get, and that's who other people have used, and also the price that we could get for it. He built them so we could afford them, if that makes any sense.
This is good.
Okay.
Second question, are there any ammunition or storage implications of the new rifles?
Nope. So the ammunition and storage, it'll be the same as we currently have. And what'll happen is I do not know if we're going to use lesser powered, basically, so the snap is less. But the current ammo that we currently use,
It's the same
we'll
caliber.
work it. Yes,
All right,
we'll
so
work it.
same chamber.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, same chambering, same everything across the line, whether it's the old rifles that the command staff will be using, or that we're not purchased, there's not gonna be different ammo that's needed. It'll be the same ammo will work.
I know with the suppressors, the ammunition can be a little tricky. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. No further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes 400.
That's all you have?
That's it, all right.
Thank
you very much.
I will get you the account numbers on these. And there's one quote I still need to finish the last PO for you, so. But I'll email you that.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So with this, am I able to let the vendors that we're getting these from know that, hey, we're good to go, we're just waiting on the paperwork? Awesome. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good
Chris.
one.
On the TA report.
I'm giving up on the TV. I'm not showing anything else up there right now
Oh.
because it keeps crashing. On the first one is your information only. I don't know if you just want to take a look at it and see if there's any questions you have about it. Just a reminder, they have a leadership celebration with the NLRA. That's Saturday. If you're interested, I have to register you. And then their land use department summary. And then I added a comment because I thought it was important that you see that comment because that was a particular case that had, you can read this if you want, so trying to find it. Because that had been a case that had been very vocal about saying that we did things wrong and what we did wrong. And now they've come back and said that they were wrong. That they found out additional information and they were wrong and apologized to us.
That's nice.
Yeah, and unusual. So
It is very
Yeah.
unusual, so I thought it was good to share.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just lost my. Okay. TA report discussion items. Just a reminder for everyone in the public and the board, Household Hazardous Waste Day is it's a different date. It's not a Saturday. It's Thursday, August 28th from 2 to 6 p.m. in the evening, and it will be located at the transfer station. August Employee Appreciation. Again, we're grateful for our employees and we like to celebrate their anniversary dates. So we want to thank these people for joining our team. In the Assessing and Land Use Department, Donna Sullivan has been with us 3 years. The Fire Department, Tyler Ford, 18 years. Terry Kulotz, 4 years. Joseph Sullivan, 4 years. Highway Department, Trevor Roby, 6 years. Police Department, Josiah Town, 7 years. And the Water and Sewer Department, Jeffrey Chartier has been with us for 41 years.
Jeff's a short timer, huh?
Yeah. He's on short timer now.
Yeah.
The Brett Preinke Spring, I'm sure Sean can probably give a better update, but it was cleaned over the weekend, the lines were turned back on, and we learned that we have to adjust the flow, it has to be throttled, so that it doesn't flow too fast. So they were able to fix that. They did a test yesterday, so we're just waiting. I don't anticipate I'll see results from the test till Friday. I'm going to email them Friday morning. So depending on the test results, if we have a favorable test, the spring should open back up. It may not be till Monday that we know the test results, but
Plymouth had.
Sean, thanks for going.
yeah, I think it's still closed.
Crystal Spring and Plymouth was
Yeah.
closed also.
Yeah, last I knew
Same
that was
thing.
still closed as well. Yeah.
They said California shoe as well,
Mhm.
so. Do you
Just
wanna add
to
to
expand
that?
on that, yeah, no, we went on Saturday, opened up the well, opened up the casings, and shocked with bleach, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
You let that run for a little bit, and then you block off the pipe, and then you shut it off, and so it stays in the system for 12 hours. Dick Batchelder went back Sunday morning and opened it, and released it and let it run through. We had signage up there saying do not drink, even more than we normally had with the closing. And as mentioned, so there's another test in the works. One thing we talked about last night at the Conservation Commission, and Liz Miller had worked on it, was better signage regarding the use of the spring, regarding courtesy and not touching the outlet, and she's been working on that. We did a temporary post just to get people in the loop, but we'll probably be looking at redoing the signage there, better signage, more permanent signage, to just kind of best management practices for getting water at the spring. Don't attach a hose to it. Don't hang your containers off of it. Don't touch it with your hands. Most of the time, that is where the bacteria comes from. We don't know for a fact that it was the water in the well. All we knew was somewhere between the well and the outlet, we were getting that coliform. We never took a sample directly from the well.
Oh, okay, that was
Okay.
the question. Did we
So,
do that?
but we had made the decision to just shock the whole thing and start fresh. So, my feeling is more than likely it's contamination at the outlet more than anything in the well.
Maybe the next time we test it, we test both places.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually asked Liz about that, and she said, at one point, I think you were like, she said Sean was like up to his shoulder.
I was shoulder deep and with water in my face.
Right, so
Trying to reach the
So all I'm saying is when you talk about testing both ends,
Yeah.
to test the end where the outlet is fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
To do a test at the well, I think we probably have to think about whatever the process is, because we gotta do one of these.
Well, but that was to get to the outlet. It's
Okay.
not, you can dip, I mean, you could dip
Okay,
sample.
awesome.
And it's not as,
I have sanitizer that I use for brewing. We can sanitize it.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is just if we do that, we just may wanna think about whatever
Yeah.
that process is.
and the other thing that we talked about in the future might be, we have to engineer a way that people can't touch the outlet, right? So, and that might be a pipe in a pipe, with an elbow inside an elbow that they can't get up into the outlet itself. But we're gonna look into those options, but that's where we stand. We're hoping that this weekend will be open.
I've got an email and they're really quick about, they don't like you to call as much is what I found out, so that they've gotten an email address, I can email them and they're pretty quick about responding, so.
If they deem you important enough to speak to, and DES is not my favorite state agency.
Oh, this is the public labs.
Oh, okay,
So
sorry, my
I've got it.
apologies.
So yes, I understand that, but this is the public lab.
If it pleases the crown, money.
You're gonna feel Sean out.
I won't, yeah.
All right.
Clearly, we need some
Okay.
I've scheduled the budget work session. We canceled our department head meeting this week because we had 4 department heads. I was like, it doesn't make sense. So we have rescheduled it for the 20th, but I've given them a heads up. I told them expectation. I sent them an email with all the expectations. I sent them an email to get in touch with me ASAP to let me know if that date is going to be a problem for any of them and if what works best, because I'm going to try to accommodate them if one need afternoon versus morning. There are 8 department heads and then me with, and I'll do all the other, they're technically 9 department heads, but we won't have them come. I told her I'd present our budget for her.
The 20th we're doing that,
I send you out invites, it's October 14th. And I sent an invite for 9 to 5. I don't know right now what the time is going to be.
Yeah.
But, and I anticipate breakfast,
And
lunch. And then we can see where we end up if you want dinner or not. So it's a Tuesday, Dawn. We picked a Tuesday.
I'll take that.
Wait,
October 14th, I
I
think.
remember that.
Yeah. we all did
October
last time.
14th?
Yeah,
Oh.
October
We didn't do
14th.
it last year, did we?
Let me,
No, we
no, we
didn't.
did.
We-
Okay, let me go back and check my notes and make sure. I
No,
didn't-
we talked about doing
It's the right
it.
date, right?
Yeah, I thought he picked the 14th because it was like, okay.
'Cause I thought it was
Tuesday
because
and
Dawn-
avoid Dawn's, Monday.
Because we
Yeah,
didn't want
Monday
to
and
do
Friday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Monday
Monday,
and Friday.
Friday, and the weekend.
Yeah.
Right, so it was like pick a Tuesday and do just an all-day marathon.
Right.
Everybody's gonna be crunching numbers. I think we might get a dunk tank or something for the end of the day.
Guess I'll take it all, yeah.
Well, that's why you're trying to give as much notice too, in case you needed to take the day off.
Yeah, I definitely have to.
Um,
I'm trying to block.
But yeah, so we were giving the department heads, their deadline is October 9th, and then it's an all-day
We get time to do it.
presentation, October 14th.
Okay, and that's still enough time to get,
You have to
To
have
the budget?
yours completed and submitted to the
You gave us a week to.
October 21st, has to go
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
budget committee presentation, but I need to try and give it to him a little early.
yeah,
But, yeah, it gives you time.
yeah, okay. That
So,
just seemed later than I thought it would be.
I haven't set up a schedule yet, but there are 8 departments, like they said, plus all the extra stuff. So we'll work on that and I'll run it by Rob. But I'm planning breakfast then and lunch, and then dinner will be up in the air. Okay. TTCC, responsible entity, we talked about, a little bit about something like this before when they were getting the environmental assessment. So what's come back is because they are getting CDFA or CDBG, Community Development Block Grant funding. Normally, a town, so they have to contact me and ask me if we would be the responsible entity.
Yeah,
Normally the town has to do, when it's had their CDBG, they have to be involved.
yep.
In the past, I remembered we did it with Bristol Freedom Cooperative.
Well, we also did it with the River Apartments.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we end up, River, I don't think we had to cut checks, but
No.
with the Bristol Freedom, I know we actually became the money person,
Oh, okay,
sort of.
yeah.
I don't know what will happen as far as TTCC, but I don't think that will be that big of a deal if we do have to cut their checks. We get the money, we
Yep.
cut their checks for them, but, so I was fine with it, but I needed the board to make an official decision for it, whether or not they would,
Is there a reason we wouldn't want to do that? I mean,
no.
No,
Other
no,
than-
in fact, it came up, I was on the board when it came up for the, what's the name of those apartments?
Not
Riverside.
Riverview. New England Family Housing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a name for it, this street.
Anyways,
Swiftwater Drive.
when that was being
But their name is New England
proposed,
Family Housing.
the board had to basically sign off on this
Yeah.
community.
Yeah,
And basically it came down to, and at the time, we were getting some pressure not to do that, because some people were against the
They didn't want to
the
build.
project.
They didn't want the project.
My feeling at the time was, okay, we can do this and we can have a nice development, or we can not do this and they will value, and what we were told, they'll value engineer, the difference. So,
My only worry is as long as we're not on the hook, like, they have to manage the project, right?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Like, we're just the entity saying,
It's
okay,
just a
we're
process.
working with them as a
Yeah.
government entity.
it's the way the program is set up, and it has to,
it has to pass.
the money
it
has to
pass
flow through a
Yeah.
municipality,
Yeah.
a city.
As far as that, do we
So
get the
this
funds?
disappear.
Yeah, I got a slush, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we get the funds before we cut the checks, or is there,
I need
Is
to
there a cash
confirm all
flow?
There
those
may not
things.
even be,
It may not even have to be cut through us, because
okay,
Swiftwater Drive wasn't cut through us. I think it was minimal, it was like $10,000, I think, when we did Bristol Freedom Cooperative, so.
just so there's no cash flow.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
No, I did, when we did the Smith River Bridge, since it was basic, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
between us and Hill.
yeah.
I went to Hill and asked them to run everything through their books,
Yeah,
so that we didn't have the cash flow issue.
Yeah, got it.
And then had to take a tan.
So I just need an official vote in case it comes up, because then if she needs the
Sure.
minutes, so.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the town acting on behalf of the TTCC for the community development grant
As a responsible entity.
as responsible entity.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion by Sean, second by John. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes 4-0-0.
There you go.
There was, last week when we touched base in the work session, I told you about the fund balance, about 2.5 months. So one other thing, I just was looking through my notes and cleaning up, when I didn't say this, but one of the things that came out in my session was they recommended that we don't pay bills every week. They said if you pay them every 2 weeks, it allows for the funds to be stretched, but you're still meeting the deadlines of the bills. So thoughts before the board, from the board before I researched this. I didn't want to go any further than that. I know I wasn't here when we made the decision to switch to paying every week, regardless if the board was meeting or not. I think part of that was bills were being paid late, if I remember correctly.
Well, but wasn't it also, because those were a couple of years that I was off, but wasn't it also the whole COVID thing they were saying, they were trying to give you more flexibility
To pay the bills.
to approve
But I thought,
outside of a meeting?
did we change that before though, COVID, I thought though, or no?
I don't.
I can't, that's what I can't, I was in a different role,
I never-
obviously, but,
I never approved outside of a meeting, a manifest before
yeah.
I came back on after COVID.
Okay.
And so we've been doing it since.
We've been doing it before COVID.
Right,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I can research it more if you're interested in learning a little bit more about it and find out, but, it's
Yeah.
one of the other things that helps your cash on hand is not, if you pay it every 2 weeks instead of.
So
every week.
Most companies pay accounts payable every 2 weeks, not every week.
So the only problem we have, so we could do it 2 ways. If we did it every 2 weeks, it still would be on an off week potentially from the select board meeting. But if we did it the first and third, the problem we have is the third meeting, sometimes it's 2-3 weeks between a meeting and not 2.
What is,
But don't tie
what
it
is
to
their reasoning?
For-
You say stretch it out, but what advantage does that have?
And it keeps you not having to get it helps your cash on hand situation. So you know, we're talking about options.
But you still have to,
Eventually, you still have to
bill.
pay it, but maybe your tax bills are coming in by the time you're
Yes.
paying some of these.
It's all about cash flow.
So
Right, so-
that was,
We,
and
we
they
we should
said,
have, first and foremost, bills need to be paid on time, like that is just,
Yes.
right? My push around the cash flow pieces is really going, okay, if we know when our cash comes in, then we should try to manage to when the cash comes in, and as best we can. Some things like payroll, need to happen when they need to happen. Other things that we're,
I will also alleviate some pressure on the executive office because we're paying every week, we're doing manifests, we have to go in and approve all the bills, we have to print all the checks, we have to get them all mailed. And, so that does help, that's a plus, if you didn't do it every week, but.
Does it, and maybe this is a good question for John, does it leave you with a higher average monthly balance that affects
Yes.
your interest?
yes. Well, that definitely happens, but the thing for me, and maybe the real question
You mean on
isn't so
credit?
much,
Cards, so.
No, on
On the,
our
on the
fund.
banks,
Oh, yes,
on the bank
yes,
account.
because you have more money sitting in your general fund.
So that's
than
why,
interest, yeah.
so, some of the companies that I deal with, sell logs to, they will hold
Oh,
for
yeah.
a week or sometimes 2.
Yeah.
The bigger ones will hold for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's a real pain in the butt.
Yes.
yep,
But I figure there must be,
yes.
they must be making more interest on it, and that's why.
Oh, they are.
And
Yeah.
they're the only game in town, so you can't.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the deal,
I
I think.
contracted for a company that said, they changed their terms, it used to be 30 days.
Yeah.
They said our terms are now 120 days. If you want it in 60 days, we want a 10% discount. If you want it paid in 30 days, we want a 20% discount.
So it also, listen, for us, I think it's sort of, again, sort of twofold. knowing what our cash flow is and when the finance person comes in, we can talk about this. The question I think that needs to happen to the department heads is on the bills that we're paying regularly, when are they normally due? The department heads actually, since they're putting their budgets together, like this is a good.
It's all in the system, so the due dates are entered in.
Right, so
Yeah.
then when the finance person gets here, we can do a better analysis to say, yeah, this
Yeah,
works.
they,
You know,
they can do it.
but I don't, I-
But like you said, if, we could go to those folks and say, what if instead of paying you
Right,
quarterly, March in June,
Right,
can we do February and?
correct.
And May if it helps our.
If it helps the whole thing, right? Like, I'm not advocating we don't pay something, like,
Yeah,
I want us to pay absolutely on time, but I want us to be aware of, our taxes come in twice a year, so we have two giant balances, right? Like, the more we make sure we manage the cash flow, the better off we all end up being. The other piece, I think, for the finance director, Christine, is just, they'll be able to help us sort of navigate this when that happens, when that person gets on board. So I wouldn't go crazy trying to like do a ton of pieces now.
Yeah.
And when you think about doing it every other week, I would disconnect the thought process from the board meeting. The more we line up with the board meeting, the less sort of noise we have to deal with in an email. But to your point, if we're gonna continue to meet on the first and third Thursday, and every now and again, you're gonna have a fifth week that'll be thrown in. Well, that fifth week, which happens a few times a year, that week we do it on a 2-week cycle. So no matter what, we get
It's
into
gonna
26
set you
payments.
off.
Well, what it does, that'll set it offset
Yeah.
until the next one comes and puts you back on
Right.
schedule.
Yeah,
So you
but it doesn't-
might be off for a couple of months and you
Yeah.
have to be approving them out of a meeting.
And that's fine, I think the process works
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I guess that's what I'm saying, like, don't get tied to, oh my God, it has to be
Yeah.
the first and third Thursday, because if we have that scenario, we just
No,
deal with it.
And
It's every other week, and if it
maybe
hits, it
that's-
hits, if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I think we were only paying first and third meetings, so when that third week hit, they probably were paying bills late.
Yeah,
So that might have been some of it too.
yeah,
yeah.
And one of the other things in negotiating, like some people say you have to pay your bill within 30 days, well, you can negotiate 45.
correct.
So some of that would be fall on the finance office as well to do negotiate some of those
Yeah.
terms. And that will stretch that cash on hand, so. Okay, I'll keep going now. Wanted to share some kudos that I've received. One was Jesse Lemos, we've emailed, so I've emailed the supervisor and him, and also him, so he knows, and I'm adding it to his file. But I received kudos for Jesse for how well he worked with the highway department with the 4th Street project and the crossings. Highway department is very thankful for how good everything went, and Jesse is thankful for his part that he provided and that he did, and they were very appreciative of the assistance, so. And then Tim Woodward, we wanted to thank him for how he handled the highway department matter and the beach attendant matter. Both departments were extremely grateful for Tim's part in handling these concerns. I added that I was very appreciative that Tim was able to meet both concerning parties and address the situation quickly and efficiently, so.
Great, it's great to recognize those folks, it's much appreciated. Can you shed in public any light on the beach incident?
That prompted, I don't know if any of you saw the Facebook and the news item I put on town page. I prompted a post on Facebook that said that, the gist of it said, we appreciate that you don't understand the rule, you may not like the rules, but
Yeah,
taking it out on the beach attendants
Saw that, yeah,
isn't the right thing
okay.
to do.
Yeah,
The beach, this year, and maybe it's been the same, but this year there's been a lot more nasty attacks on the beach attendants, name calling, and it's really, some of them have been pretty brutal and refused to leave the beach, and so the police have been called a few times. But in this particular incident, we sent the police down, and the attendant didn't ask, but the situation we felt was going to get volatile,
Yeah.
so we sent the police, so.
well, it's not news to me, I mean, my
No.
daughter was beach attendant for several years, and
Sure.
it's It's incredible what they deal with.
Both my daughters did it. The first one said, I'm never coming back. So it was so bad for her.
The smart daughter.
Thanks. Oh, smart. Tell her you said that.
Smart, she was smart, no, not doing that.
She's pro. Wait till I tell her.
Oh, yeah.
Kidding. So we were very thankful for the police department's role in that, so. Highway updates, the road planning group, we are meeting in September. We tried to move it up earlier, so hopefully that will work, so Victor has time to get his projects in for the budget. Crescent Street drainage will be done after September. Guardrail projects for Green Street and Crescent Street are scheduled for August 13th. 4th Street draining project is completed. They just had to finish the paving on that project. The stone wall repair of the former parsonage property is done.
Oh, good.
So we just got the, we had it done even right after the backhoe broke.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the backhoe is down. It should be fixed and removed out of the parking lot next week, just so you know. And then beach updates. So I made Victor and I went out, we met, we marked locations. But we thought it was best at this point, since it was already August, we're gonna wait till September to do those changes when there's less traffic there. So they'll get in there in September to do those changes. So I know we went through another season without the changes, but we'll be starting next year with the
Making
changes.
progress.
So, volunteer appreciation event is coming up. In your TA report discussion folder, there is welcome remarks, an award presentation, and an agenda. I don't know if you can't get into it. Sorry. Do you want me to here? Did I print it?
for some reason, it's not charging
Can you
anything
pass
else.
that down?
Yeah, it shut down because of battery.
Oh, this is that old home day?
So it's Friday before Old Home Day, it's the
Yeah.
22nd. Invitations have been sent out to all of the volunteer group. I have gotten responses from, right now I've gotten confirmations. So there's over 100 invitations went out. And we've gotten 25 responses in the yes so far.
Thanks.
What I need to, the welcoming remarks is there. I need to know who's going to be speaking. I know Rob did it last year. I think Rob's one of my confirmed that he's coming. Do we want to, since Rob's not here, say Rob's speaking?
Sure.
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 It's a yes for not being here.
That's right. You always get volunteered.
But Rob can't cook.
That's why he's speaking.
That's right.
So I wanted to know who would be willing to cook.
Hopefully I can't make it.
What
so.
day
What
is it?
day is it? It's a
It's
Friday.
Friday.
It's a
the
Friday, so I
22nd.
can't make it.
Of
I'm
August?
gonna be in Atlanta.
Friday, August 22nd.
Yeah,
I'll cook.
I'm helping Stephen.
I'm gonna put you as a no then. We're at you.
If I was here, I'd absolutely cook.
Yeah, Dawn's not coming. Scott was a tentative.
What time?
It's, you said tentative. You said you weren't sure. John, you have my agenda, Dawn. Can you look? It's arrival between 4:30 and 5, I think it said. Oh, you don't have the agenda with
The
you?
agenda's not here now.
No.
Oh,
This is
that's
just the
movie day.
food.
That's right.
Let me open it. So I have arrival between 4:30 and 5. They check in, they get
All
their
right,
raffle
I'll put it for
tickets.
4:30. Yeah.
And then 5 to 6:30 is select board remarks and dinner. So I did, there's a welcome remarks speech there. And then recognition, that's there.
How many people was that?
Right now it's 25, but usually, last year it was, you were there.
Yeah,
It was
last
like-
year was big.
It was
It was
over,
like-
it was close to 70, right?
Yeah.
So, and then from 6:30 to 7, we have recognition raffles, closing remarks, end of day cleanup. So, it's only, and I have music, so music will start about 4:30, and we'll go till 7.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put Sean down for tentatively for
Poor
cooking.
Sean.
Sure.
I think less cooked.
It won't be
last year.
overcooked. It may not be cooked.
Yeah, at least Rob gave the choice of either. one or the other.
No, at the beginning it was
Over-
undercooked, wasn't it? And then it was overcooked at the end. No. We did hamburgers, veggie burgers, hot dogs. I've got pickles and olives and chips. Anything, do you think there should, last year it was just, and we have cupcakes for dessert. Last year it was just cupcakes and chips and hamburgers and hot dogs. Are you good with that?
Anything like macaroni salad or?
No. I can do that. I didn't put it on the list, but I can add that. I can get, there's a tub of Amish potato salad that you can get at Walmart. It's really good. So I can get that. I can get a couple of those and bring them if you think we should.
Yeah, I think it's what he said.
Let me add that. And then the only other thing I just want to remind people, I'm going to reach out to someone else today I just thought of, but for raffles, I only have under 5 things. So I do
Tom's gonna
need,
get you two.
yeah, so I can put Dawn down
Yep,
for 2.
email me and remind me,
Okay,
or stop by and I'll just give them to you.
I'll stop by. I haven't stopped by for a while.
How's that
I should
for,
stop
how's that
by.
for an offer?
Stay away, but do stay away from one of the town businesses, because we've already got them for something else.
Yeah.
So, if you do talk to anyone about, any gift cards, so, we've gotten something, from them. We bought something, which is for the Brews and Views, and then, we donated another one for another event, so.
Okay.
Actually, he donated already, sorry for this event. I just saw it on here. Okay. I think that's it on volunteer appreciation. Then I'll add, what did we just say? We need to buy macaroni or potato salad.
On the fund balance. we were talking-
No! Go ahead. Come on.
You mentioned fund balance earlier in the article and everything.
Oh, in your SharePoint on the home, that's something new. Did you
Yeah.
see that article?
Yep, yeah, I think you had emailed it
Yeah.
as well. You said the recommendation,
No.
we've heard in the past, what we heard was a percentage.
So DRA recommends a percent, DRA requires or recommends a percentage. So
Recommend.
between
Recommends,
5
doesn't require.
and 17%, I think it is.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
This person said the 2 to 2.5 months that I mentioned to you last week wasn't DRA's recommendation. That's in order for you to, if you keep 2.5 months in your fund balance, then it lessens the impact of having to have a TAN. That's what that was about. So.
How does it lessen the impact of
Yeah.
having a TAN? Because you can't just take money from that.
No, if you have 2 to 2.5 months in your fund balance, it's cash on hand.
Not unexpended fund balance.
No, not
Your
unexpended.
General
Yes.
ledger.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I thought you were talking about the unexpended
Well,
fund balance.
it is your unexpended fund balance and your fund balance are 2 different things, though.
But they mingle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So if you keep, so that when we set the tax rate, that fund balance number that we have to keep between 5 and 17%, that's the number that needs to be 2 to 2.5 months. In
Yes,
order for
yeah.
you to lessen the
Likelihood.
the likelihood to get a tan. Could you stretch it with some of the things we're talking about and only keep 2 months or 1.5 months
Yeah.
instead? Yes.
If you had a hand.
So what is our monthly expense?
My rough calculation was about
Average.
$1 million.
But right now, of that 1,500,000.
Half of which is the school.
School.
No, oh, yes,
Well,
yes.
but that counts, that's money.
Oh, it counts, but yeah.
That's a
It
bill.
counts, but again, like, we know that the school money comes in twice a year. So this is another one of those things, like, okay, we know when it comes in, how do we work with them to go, okay, it's here.
And to be fair, they have in the past worked with us to let us
They-
stretch those.
They've always been
amounts.
very flexible.
stretch those bills so,
Yeah.
you know, we got past the,
But I think
the tax dates.
it's gonna be harder for them
It is.
now,
Yep.
because they are gonna be in the same boat we are, and,
Right.
with cash on hand to pay their bills.
Yeah. Listen, I honestly believe that 3/4 of what we're talking about comes back to just basic contract management, contract
Yeah.
negotiation, and money management, right?
Yeah.
Like, not that we gotta go crazy to try to build up a massive amount in one area or another, but it's more about just being cognizant of, okay, the cash comes in June and January, and December, and this is how it goes, right? So.
And what are we currently at, a little over $1 million?
Well, I have to double check, but what we had when we did tax rate setting, at the end of last
Yeah.
year was 933.
Yeah.
So we're under $1 million, and so that would be roughly 1 month worth of bills,
Mhm.
so.
How does that work?
Which is then, that's when it comes into play, like when we're doing stuff.
Oh, because,
uh,
never mind, because of the
Because
school
we
tax.
have payroll.
I was gonna say, we only have a $6 million budget,
Right, but
but
we.
that's a $500,000 in a
Right.
month.
Right, that's the town budget, right.
But that's just the town, not.
Right, and then you
Yeah,
have
I
the
was
school
forgetting.
number that comes
Right,
out.
I
that's
forgot-
in,
I
that's
forgot
in
we're
your
tax
town and
collectors.
county bill. in
Yeah, we're
December.
tax collectors.
We're unreimbursed tax collectors for the
Yeah.
state, county, and,
Yeah.
and school.
That is
But
correct,
the
right?
state and the school are all the school bill,
Right.
but the county is 1 million at one time a
Yeah,
year.
that's messed up,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't, yeah,
I know.
maybe we need a bill for that.
For which one? State and school?
No,
Maybe we need a legislative bill.
The,
yeah.
the county bill, the county tax rate did go down, I already know that.
Right, but it's ridiculous.
Oh, no, the state school went down,
State
excuse me,
school.
the state school
The
went
county, the
down.
county's gonna go through the.
Oh, the county's gonna kill us.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna go through
eventually,
the roof.
but-
Why?
Oh, they wanna spend all.
Because they're
this
gonna
money.
build something.
They wanna build all kinds of stuff up there, and get rid of the.
Maybe it's
forests.
time to invite the county
But-
commissioner in, because we haven't met the new, did we?
Well, that'd be
Is that by
good.
statute,
She came in.
that,
She came in, was
That-
it, was it her? Okay.
is that by statute that they make you pay it all in one chunk?
Yeah,
I'm not
it's,
sure.
well, you can't pay it late. You have to pay it, it's usually December 16th. We drive it up on the day it's due. Because it's better to pay somebody mileage to go
Yeah.
deliver it than to try and mail it. I think it's
Mail it.
required,
Wait.
and I'd have to double check, but I think it's required by statute to pay it on the date that they,
Yeah, I've had thoughts of talking to the legislature
Absolutely.
about changing the whole system of the towns being the tax collector. Because,
Oh, I wish you had to write separate checks, I really do.
well, but the other thing is
It
that
would make people more
when you
involved.
have, yeah, whenever you have unpaid taxes, we're paying, we're still paying the county and the state and the school.
As
Whether they
Even
pay it or not.
even though we
Yeah.
haven't collected, that
Correct.
comes out of our coffers. I mean, when we collect it, it comes back, but we're floating them the money for unpaid taxes,
So-
which is one thing that's wrong.
right?
And the other thing is that we're being the tax collector.
Yeah.
Well, and
We're
that's,
doing all
I
that.
told John that, I'm like, doesn't matter, you pay your $1 million bill on December 16th, it doesn't matter if you've collected the whole $1 million or not, you're paying it.
Yeah.
So,
It should be the same as room and meals tax. When you submit room and meals tax, you're allowed to take an administration fee off of that.
Anyway.
I think we should be able to get an administration fee from all those.
You bring up a really good point though, Sean, like whether it's the county, our state reps,
Oh, yeah.
and or our feds, like, we really should start a regular sort of like, every month or two, somebody, hey, we're inviting you to Bristol, you gonna come down and talk to us?
she introduced herself and came, but we really didn't touch base on any topics. And actually, I think on my desk upstairs is their new, I didn't open the envelope yet. It just
Is it
came in.
ticking?
What?
Is it ticking?
No, that would be, your name was on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they sent their new report that tells their budget,
Okay.
so I'll share that.
Yeah, actually, I think
Cause I don't know.
I've emailed with senators and state
Yeah.
senators and representatives before. Some of them just like to come in here and talk, and that can get highly annoying because we have other stuff to do. And I've been, the advice when they've asked, I've said, you know, just coming in for a regular update to tell us is sort of wasting our time, and our time's precious. If there's something important, please make an appointment and come. But on the reverse of that, if we want them to come, if we ask them, I'm sure they'll come and give an update.
Well, I think the point is as we continue to refine the piece that we were talking with Rick about earlier,
Mhm.
right? And we start to work on how all the community, like what we're trying to do in Bristol, having the input and understanding of what they're driving. So for example, you know, we were talking about the whole tourism and training pieces and what the state's driving.
Right.
So as the state is driving for funding and businesses to come into New Hampshire, they have a plan of where they're trying to put different things, like where they think that the workforce supports that business type.
Right.
Having an alignment and a discussion to understand what they're trying to put in central New Hampshire would, I think, really help us, because then
Yeah.
it allows us to set the goals for the EDC and the others.
Oh, yeah, no, different reps, and like I said, if you ask them, they'll come in and,
Yeah, so I would love it.
okay. What else you got?
This came up in one of the meetings with the transfer station, and there was a question about whether the select board had an interest in doing a transfer station sticker check event again, like they've done in the past.
I mean, I'm happy to,
Yeah, I'm happy to go down, if that's what they want to do.
I mean, it's up to you.
are they,
Does it help?
I think it did help. I think it did help when you did it. Were you here when they did it?
I did it once.
Yeah, I think it
yeah.
did help educate them a little, educate the public, but I guess we're running out of time this year. I don't know if we want to just say we want to do it in the spring next year
Sounds
instead.
good.
Okay.
Whatever makes sense.
Social districts, I did put the new statute in your folders. You do have to put it on the warrant. There are
Yep.
specific things you have to address when you do this and hold public hearings. I'm gonna define that and then make sure we have all our answers as we're going through the warrant article process, if this is what we want to move forward with. But it does have to go on the
meeting.
warrant first.
Yeah.
So I'll add that to your warrants. Cemetery on Hemlock Brook Road, we've been approached again. Before I did any further work, we've been approached again by in the past, the woman who was a family member of that cemetery lot that, up on Hemlock Brook Road. In the last email, so the property is sold, it's a new owner. I have not approached the new owner. I had approached the old owner and they wanted to know what was in it for them if we paid for the cemetery lot. I said no. We've been given the lot years ago and the deed never got recorded, so they sold it. So we let it go at that time. Somebody's gone up and done a lot of work on this cemetery lot. They've cleaned it up, they put up signs, there's fencing.
Yeah, that was, I'm pretty sure that was done by,
The family member, or was you think it was the new owner?
it's not on Hemlock Brook Road, right? It's on.
Oh, Coach Road,
Coach
yes,
Road,
yep.
yeah. I thought it was, I just assumed it was Fred
He's the new owner,
Schneider who had done that.
yeah, he might have. So this person's has reached back out to the cemetery trustees asking if, now my computer's freezing up, as asking them if they would consider the town trying to take it over again. I've got an opinion from attorney what we do to take care of it, what we do to take it over if we wanted to, and then I talked to the cemetery trustees, but the email just froze. I said, I really, this person is pushing it to the select board too, so that's why I'm here tonight. The cemetery trustees' response was they discussed it at their last meeting and they weren't interested in taking it over because there weren't any, their concern there's not any true graves in the lot.
True graves, true.
What's that mean?
They don't think there's anybody buried there.
No, well, family members reported that there's somebody, that there was someone supposed to be buried by the tree. There was also a stone there, but the stone, that person's not buried there, that person's in a cemetery somewhere else. There were rumors at one time, even when I was downstairs, that it was a part of a body only in the cemetery. It's been, so the problem the cemetery trustees feel is if the town accepts it, so they felt that the town had accepted it years ago, and that might have put us in a problem if we refuse it now. I don't think that's true, because we didn't actually accept it to overlay the last time either. And they're concerned because there's really no proof.
All right, so there's really no proof that there's anybody buried, but so then that means somebody has to use X-ray to try to figure out what's in the ground. I mean, what happens if the current owner says, I don't know, I'm gonna build a pavilion over there, and he comes and pulls a permit to
And that's
actually,
what it
you know what I mean?
looks like
Like,
now.
if we don't own it, and we sort of think there's a cemetery, or we don't think there's a cemetery, who has the burden to prove that there is or isn't there? Because if I own the property, why, how can you tell me, I'm just trying to figure out who's got the
Yeah.
burden of proof.
Or
Because
is there any liability on the town's part,
Yeah,
one way or the other? I don't know that there is. If we,
it just seems weird, right? Because
Yeah,
if I own
seems
the property, I'm gonna
like-
wanna do something with it, especially if I'm cleaning it up, like if
Well-
the new owner's cleaning it up.
The attorney said that it appears from both the Schneider deed and the plan that there's actual knowledge of the existence of a gravesite on the property. What's in the gravesite is the question,
okay.
even though any additional record of it cannot be found at this time.
But then the state, that means the state has to get
The
involved.
question then becomes what the town's obligation might be if it does acquire the property. There are no requirements for a non-municipal owner to provide care or maintenance of burial sites on
Right.
properties. Regardless of whether the property is owned by the Schneider family or the town, if the graveyard on the property has been neglected for at least 20 years, there is a procedure for the town to declare it abandoned. They're not, that obviously shows they're taking care of it,
Yeah.
somebody's taking
Yeah.
care of it, so it's really not a way for
Not
us to go
abandoned.
abandoned.
So the Schneiders are asking us to take it over?
No, the family,
The family
Relative.
member who may or may not be buried there.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's,
That's the stone that's there?
yeah,
I mean, that's a fairly recent stone, like it says he died in 1975.
it's Osgood and Freeze is the name of the family members. It's in that email too.
I don't know, I just worry about the burden of proof.
There's 3 lots? It shows 2 cemeteries. The tax maps show 2 cemeteries
Yeah,
up there, one on the road and one up in the woods. Do we even know about that one?
No, I don't know about that one. The one on the road is the one that's in question.
we've got all one.
Yeah, it might be one. One's pointing to the cemetery lot and the other is pointing to the actual location of the cemetery. So it's just one. It's on a .16 acre lot owned by the Schneiders. I mean, do we even have any say in it? If the
We would just, if the board was interested in taking it over like this person wants us to do, then we would approach the Schneiders to see if they want to turn that property over to the town or not.
I don't have any interest in getting involved in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be, my thoughts are it's up to the owner of the property to approach the town if they want the town to take it over.
Right.
I understand that this family member is concerned, but it's being well taken care of right now.
Did you read that?
I mean, I guess the challenge is that the family member is concerned, but it seems like the family member is expecting the town to do something where the town doesn't actually have control.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, it just becomes that, okay, well, you know. Unfortunate scenario for sure.
Yeah.
World War One,
Isn't New Hampshire one of the only places in the country that still allows you to be interned on your property? Is that how it
Right,
goes?
under specific rules.
Under specific, yeah, they made it a little bit tougher, but for the most part, you can go through, I think you can go through the county, register it. I'm not 100% sure. I know a couple of folks who have done it on family land.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to register it with the county or, I think you do have to put it in your deed, I think.
Yeah.
So you probably would have to register it with the county.
Yeah.
But, and you have to be so many feet away from the road and so many feet away from other things, so there, we had someone approach us that wanted to be on Bristol Hill, and they wanted to put it right in front yard, and I'm like, and at the time, I was dealing with it, like, you have to have it 50 feet away from the road, and then the person was never in charge there, so.
Okay. So it sounds like.
Before we leave tonight, remind me to tell you a story about something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have.
So it sounds like we have no interest.
Right now, I'm thinking,
Yeah,
there's
no,
nothing for us to do, you know,
okay.
Okay,
that's my thought.
we'll respond and take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool beans.
Just on the former parsonage updates, I already told you that the wall was taken care of. They have removed the electric wire to the building, but the wire and the light are still installed from the building to the parking lot. I have to check the status of that ticket. They may not do that if it's a private light. We may end up having to do that ourselves.
yeah, probably.
The asbestos company came Wednesday. I met them at the building. They went through the building, and they're supposed to provide us a report by the 13th, so we know the next steps. And then the only thing, I looked at the pole that was the street light that the town owns is pretty close to the parsonage. I talked to Victor today, and he thinks we probably should take it down. So I'm gonna get in touch with Jeff Goodrum and see if that's something he can do. That will be an extra cost, but I'll see if he can get that down. The concern is it is fairly close to the building, so it would either be busted or we should take it down and
Yeah,
try
just
to
take it
protect
out.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Probably contact Jeff on taking the electric line down too.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think that's it on the parsonage right now.
Okay.
We're slowly moving forward, but,
Yep.
if the town administrator's corner, if you go to the website, under departments, town administrator page, it's a new thing. I've started doing it on Facebook too. So it's, it says things like the last two that I've done on Facebook. Did you know there's a group of volunteers that select and plant the flowers? I did that. It seemed, some of it, I think, the reason I started doing it is because it's getting some of the same questions or concerns over and over again. So the next one said, did you know that the parks require permitting for use for certain things? Because I've noticed there's been a yoga group.
Yeah.
And I've heard that they're paying a fee for the yoga group. I'm
Yeah.
concerned that we will get in trouble if something happens to that person on the property. There's no permits for it, we could be liable, so. Then we also, because I knew that our media manager would never post it, so we added a did you know about the Bristol, he's not listening to me.
Did he post it on Twitter?
No, I did. So I posted
Kate's
about.
like, you poked at me and they're like, what are you doing?
So I put the post up saying, there's a friendly face behind the scenes.
People started texting me, so I found out about it.
I also reminded people about the reval tab. We've added some, another new document to the reval tab. So I reminded people, I programmed that should have been posted today. I programmed something for Saturday, because we've been getting certain complaints about the lawn care and people not knowing when they could and couldn't get on the lawn after it's treated, so I posted that, that'll post on Saturday. And that's posted on the town administrator's corner as well, so. If you have other ideas that you think should be shared out occasionally, let me know.
Okay.
And that, I think, I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna pull a Columbo.
You're good?
I think so.
All right, select board items, Scott?
The only one that really comes to mind is Kelly Park, the grass edge from the infield, like on shortstop, is the lip's getting pretty tall, and if they're gonna be using that for soccer,
Which
it's kind of a hazard.
grass
Softball
edge,
field,
softball field.
where softball
Thank you.
position in that area, and second base, that whole grass line. It's been a couple of years since they brought material in, and then just dragging it, and with the rain we had, them trying to get the field dry, the lip's getting pretty tall. And we're coming into the soccer season, so,
Could be a hazard.
yeah.
Okay. We did get a complaint that we were getting some brown grass between the road and the pickleball court. We had
Oh,
to,
who complained about that?
we put the water out and flooded the court.
Yeah.
So I've talked with Victor. Victor's gonna talk to Dan and Les about one day a week, they don't schedule a pickleball court because we need to be able to water the lawn. So,
Okay, if you're gonna
in
complain
case you
about-
hear
If you're gonna
anything,
complain about the grass being brown,
Yeah.
don't complain about the water on the court, 'cause it's the only way you get the brown.
well,
It's,
and
it's July and August, and one of the driest years we've had in a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So brown,
It's gonna be brown.
grass is gonna be brown.
I did add a comment here, the year's been tough on grass and the treatment has also been tough. I did reach out because I got a complaint about Central Square. Our lawn wasn't even growing any grass either. So, and he thinks that he may have hit it a little too hard with the
Yeah.
treatment this last time and then it got really hot, so,
Dry.
so,
We'll have to oversee, every year to oversee.
Oversee.
Fall.
Yeah.
Good, Scott?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you to Victor and the team for removing the rock on North Main Street.
Yeah. At the end,
On the
at the
north
north
end.
end, yep,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, there was a
yeah.
good speed bump.
yeah.
Oh.
And the problem was placement was the worst, because it, you know, if you straddle it, you're right in the middle of the road if anyone's coming. If you're, and you can't go around it to the right, because then you're in the ditch line.
Yeah.
Right, the mailbox right
In the
there.
mailbox, right.
Okay.
It was a rattler for sure.
Yeah. John?
4 it's not not a ton. I really want to thank Rick Alpers, because the work that he's doing to try to help everybody sort of get to the next level of how we do planning together
Yeah.
is really, really helpful. I mean, I'm definitely hearing more and more stuff, and Sean, you guys at the Conservation Commission last night were having a conversation about it, right?
Yeah.
I think the most powerful thing that we can do from a town leadership perspective is really set up the process for everybody to be able to get their input. So anyways, there you go. That's it. I'm
That's
good.
it. Sean?
I got a couple. One, I looked it up, and it's RSA 2911, which says that you will pay all county taxes on December 17th. Interestingly enough, it says, for some reason, Hillsborough County gets 30 days after they receive the bill. So,
why did we crap then?
It's great how they'll
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
exceptions written in.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hillsborough County gets a 30, Hillsborough County gets net 30 after December 17th.
After
Well,
they get the bill.
That's
so
not the
they-
way it's written. It says,
Oh, net.
interest payment penalty provided in said paragraph shall not apply in Hillsborough County if payment of the tax bill is made within 30 days of its receipt by the taxpayer. So it isn't saying to get 30 days after
They get net
December
30,
17th.
Okay.
Yeah. So that may, so that would require a bill.
Yep.
And maybe in the municipal association, maybe they don't have the heart for that or not, I don't know.
Maybe we can help.
A couple other items. Is there any update on the community power and with With
Right.
prices going up with Eversource, will that be kicking in?
I'll
And
check.
when?
I don't think prices have gone up above the community power number yet, so I don't, it can only kick in if they're lower than what Eversource is costing. So,
Right.
what the report I got today is Eversource is from Constellation, which is our provider right now, is that Eversource is still a little bit lower.
So they know, they're just creeping up and up to the point.
But our last.
Is that on just generation too?
I believe so.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
all the new rate hikes are on distribution.
right.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they're
Somebody
doing.
was upstairs.
Yeah. All right. You mentioned the road group. It was interesting. It was a get together with a friend, but they had a pretty adamant complaint about something that was happening on their road and why it wasn't, and why it was being patched and not redone. It was a longer story than that, but basically I was able to talk to them about how we have this new working group and we're looking at just those things instead of just repaving and looking at drainage and trying to do less roads but do them right and correct the drainage and underlying issues. So that was a bit of a win. Last night at the Conservation Commission, one of the things that came up, we were reviewing our portion of the master plan, but also talking about permits by notification. And in the statute, it says that the town clerk will be notified of a permit by notification. But I don't know if that's happening. Because we can do a permit query and see those permits have been issued, but the Conservation Commission is not getting a copy of.
It's supposed to be the applicant that brings that to the town. clerk.
Correct.
I don't think that's been happening consistently for years.
Across the state.
Yeah.
I think it's not as much of a town issue as a state issue, but I just want to know that and maybe we can inquire about that, but also does the town clerk know that if they get something like that, they need to?
They do. We worked out something even when I was downstairs, but maybe it's something, maybe we should ask her to do like a clipboard when they log them in and we know that they're there, so.
Because I think we do get finally notified after the fact by the state, but we don't know what's happening when it's happening. And it's a notification, so it's not like we have any right of
Right, and we're not,
intervention, but it'd be good to know it,
Right.
before it's a done deal.
especially given where, again, we come back now to tourism and we're coming
Yeah.
back to, it's, the lake is driving our economy.
And a lot of it is shoreland stuff, so,
Yeah.
We were, even when we were getting applications at one point from them, so I do believe that they are aware.
Yeah.
But, it's only when the applicant brings them
Right.
in, so. but
So it's
I
one of
know-
those things that portion is written into, again, DES, that portion is written into the regulations,
Right.
but there's no enforcement of it.
Well, they don't confirm that the
Right.
town's gotten it,
Exactly.
they just take the applicant for their word.
But from a technological perspective, there's ways for them to automate a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I
You know,
don't
like-
know.
That's not us, though.
No, I get it, 100% it's not us,
Yeah.
it's the state, but what I'm saying is.
Because they can.
I still have to file a paper
Copy.
copy and send a $25 check, the same $25 for the last 30 years. So we're getting our money's worth, but you can't pay online, you can't file it
Yeah.
online, it's
Liquor commission's
ridiculous.
the same.
My point is, it might be more of
Can't do
a
it
question,
online.
Christina, like going, okay, between agencies, is there a way for us to do that? Because I mean, there's definitely some properties around the lake.
Sometimes you're gonna shoot me when I start that conversation, you do know that, don't you?
Wait, well, I'll ask, listen, I can ask the dumb manager question all the time, like, it's all good.
And I will note, it was a Facebook, as Scott brought it up, it was a Facebook post, but it brought a lot of very positive comments about the transfer station.
Yeah.
And our attendance and how it's working and how pleasant and helpful they are, so kudos to the department.
Absolutely.
For being very helpful and professional. It's being noticed.
And and as we said, as we were joking around earlier, and the puppies all know.
Yeah. So.
The amount of doggy drool, I think, that they sweep up at the end of the day is pretty.
That's, I think that's what I have.
All right, and I have nothing, so.
Hold on.
But he's gonna do something for it to do, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make a
that's right.
motion to seal the non-public
There you go.
minutes indefinitely from tonight, because it is determined that divulgence of this information will likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board.
Second.
Shannon's watching, she's doing minutes and emailed me.
Motion by Scott, second by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, abstentions?
Do we
Passes 4-0-0.
do we have to announce the other thing, or do we wait for
Not
confirmation?
yet, I'd rather wait
Gotcha.
until, yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, public comments?
Yes, I actually have some comments.
Oh, all right.
Steve Moore. I want to confirm about what I just heard about the transfer station. Absolutely, absolutely true. A lot of very professional, very upbeat, and it's looking great. So I noticed that too when you just mentioned it. I thought, oh, I should say so.
Thank you.
Cash flow management, very happy to hear that that's being considered. I think it's a very beneficial thing, so that's wonderful news. When I first came in on the working session, you were talking about visioning, and it sounds like that's an effort which has sort of maybe been going on, but you're going to take another bite of the apple, which is great. Just remember, you'll need to market that when you're done, you have to sell it.
Yep.
And that's really important because that will help you in the long term. And lastly, just a sort of offhanded question. For the first time in a very long time, I drove up in that whole Red Fox area, all the way to the very top where they built those huge, probably very expensive homes. And I'm wondering, are those roads town roads now?
They are now. They were developed and were private for quite some time.
Right.
And then, boy, it was
There's
8
a-
or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They were taken over as town roads.
There's
No,
a-
maybe it wasn't even that long ago.
No, I don't
No, I
it's
don't
that
think so,
long.
because we had them, there was one road they had to bring up.
Maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. So, in the course of, so there's a couple of ways that roads can become town roads.
Accepted, right.
Right. One is a private road can become a town road. One is by vote of the governing body,
Right.
regardless of the condition of the road. And another is by the selectmen taking on the road. We have a policy that says that the road should meet minimum standards that are A, B, C, and D.
Right.
On occasion, we have waived, like when we took Ernest and Janelle over, we waived the paving requirement. They brought it up to standard for drainage and base material. And in the case of Sunset Hills, Sunset Heights,
Sunset and Autumn.
we
And
required them to take, to do a little bit of drainage work and kind of take, there's that dip before you climb, that used to be more severe. They took some of that out of that, and, well, there was an issue with that spot kept undermining, and they fixed it, and we did take it over, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. There's one road and a portion of a road we didn't take over.
Right,
but-
right, so everything that is paved, I believe, we
You
took
took
over.
over.
There's at least one, well, no, that was already a town road, that was already,
Wickham?
No.
So Sunset Autumn Scenic, we took over.
Right, and that
And
red-
then Farview, we didn't take over.
Correct, Farview is basically a glorified driveway.
And Prestige, I think there's a
Oh,
portion of that
Yeah.
that we didn't take over, but
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So it's been a few years, and I think the discussion there was twofold. One, there's actually a development water system up there that's a private system that serves the development, but it also ties into our,
They buy the water from us.
they buy the water from us and then it gets distributed, so it's sort of interconnected. And then the other was basically a discussion about, the roads are in good shape. We were gonna ask them to fix the spots we were concerned about. There was a lot of taxes coming out of that area, and
Right.
it seemed appropriate that
Right.
it would be a town road.
The only reason I bring that, thank you for
Yep.
filling me in, because I knew that there had been discussion a few years back on the board about this, or about things related to this. And the reason I'm bringing it up is, in driving up there and taking a look, the town's taken on a lot of responsibility with those roads and perhaps liability. And I have to say, looking around, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, there's a reason people didn't build up on there until recently, I think, because it's quite an engineering feat to do that. And boy, am I worried about town liability if there's a big storm.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I understand that probably your discussion in accepting those roads was related to that, but as long as people continue to go up and up and up, and all the stuff that's now happening, if the town accepts all that stuff, I'm just concerned that the liability to fix it when it breaks,
So,
which it will,
yeah,
I'm wondering about, just wanted to reemphasize that it's important for you guys to be thinking about that. Sounds like you are, but I'm concerned because people are just going higher
Yeah.
and higher and higher, and there's reasons why there was nothing up there. That's all.
well, interestingly enough, almost all of those houses were built, yes, fairly recently. However, they were built prior to us adopting our steeper slopes and steeper driveway exclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we come along after the fact, and yeah, now although we do have, as we discussed, I think in a previous meeting, we do have some authority and control over, the water that leaves driveways and comes onto the
Yeah.
road, so
Okay.
we do have some control over that.
Because I'm thinking also in terms of above Bungalow Village, which is now called something else.
That's,
Everything's going higher.
yeah,
And I'm just worried about when does this stop, because the expense that will come to the town when these things start breaking is
Yeah.
huge, that's all.
yeah.
So I just wanted to.
No, I get that.
Yeah, there is a section in zoning regulations on regulating steep slopes, and we're actually, the planning board is working on updating that
Right.
and
Okay.
making sure it addresses.
So it's on your radar?
A lot, oh yeah, it's already on,
Yeah, yeah.
anything with 15% grade is very highly regulated.
Yeah, it's just new to me.
Yep.
And when I saw it, I thought, well, I'm gonna go to that meeting, maybe I'll just mention it. So, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Awesome, okay,
Um,
thank you.
Sorry.
Do something else.
I was just can you all drive, when you get a second, or somebody else, take a look at Ernest for me?
Okay.
Take a look.
Erase
One
the,
driveway?
I know more,
Look at what?
I can, but I just opened the email and, Ernest Drive.
Drive.
So it is still stemming from the one conversation we already had, which I believe was 2 or 3
Oh, that's
weeks
the
ago.
driveway.
But now there's additional, so,
Okay.
if you could just take a look at it and see if you have any
Sure.
concerns with the road, that would be great.
Interestingly enough, Steve, it came in a conversation that, actually, I was working for a client, and their driveway proposed exceeded the steep slope. They got a variance basically based on hardship, because their entire frontage, which consisted of over 2,000 feet, had no spot that wasn't in excess of 15%. But the access driveway comes off of a right-of-way that the town already had built to get to the water tower, which was steeper than the driveway we were building. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, your road has some steep sections that probably, you know, would need a variance now if we were
Yeah.
building it now. So it's, you know, it's kind of, but, so you try to look at a case-by-case basis, but yeah, we have enacted, planning board, and the people who vote on those, come voting day, have enacted those protections, some increased protections on steep slopes. That's good,
Yeah, the other one is, top of Hemlock Brook.
Yeah.
There was a property up there that they wanted to do a large event venue.
Oh,
And,
way high up.
Yeah, almost literally on the top of the hill, down there. And because of steep slopes, after a consultation, they sort of changed their mind.
I went up another one, was, the one, I don't remember the name of the road. It's after the bridge by the church there at the foot of the lake, as you're moving towards Cummings Beach, a left-hand turn. You go up and up.
Don Gary.
Up.
Monticello.
No, Monticello.
Up.
Monticello.
And I was just
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
all of this could easily come
Yeah.
down and down
Yeah.
and down, that's all I was thinking.
There's a bus that got stuck trying to go up that.
Yeah, couldn't get, got stuck,
Yeah.
just bottomed out. I mean, the planning, to their point, the planning board's done a bunch of work, in particular.
Sounds like, yeah.
Yeah.
David Shirley, who was, I think he's still the vice chair
Vice
now,
chair,
right?
Yeah.
You know, he's done a ton of stuff on the steep slopes, so, you know, anyways, kudos definitely to them for all the work they're doing.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything else for the good of the cause?
no,
All right.
go ahead,
Motion to adjourn.
second.
Motion by Sean, second by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Don't try to discuss it. It's non-discussable.
It's non-discussable. That you cannot
That's all,
discuss.
folks.